It originates in various Kabbalistic forms of literature, the idea being that we're visited on this day by various biblical righteous people. When I was growing up, I went to a Lubavitch cheder, and they also had Lubavitch Ushpizin, going through the starting with the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of Hasidism, and then to his student, and then from there through the various members of the Chabad dynasty. And then each day corresponded to one of those. And I brought up, or I don't know if it was my idea, but we brought up in my family whether we could also have Litvak Ushpizin and do like my family. For some reason that hasn't caught on. But if people are willing to purchase a poster of the Litvak Ushpizin, I'd be happy to sell it to you for an exorbitant price. But I don't know. But I don't mock usually Jewish traditions. And this is not a tradition that I would in any way mock. At its best, it represents mystical communion with with people who have come before. And at its best, it can be a very beautiful thing. It's all a question of balance. Every one of these things is a question of balance. There's some have a tradition, some Jews have a tradition known as Shlisel Challah. Do people know what this is? I actually never heard of it until I was like 30 years old. And this is a Hasidic tradition that on the first Shabbat after Pesach, you either bake a challah in the shape of a key or you bake a key in the challah. And that's meant to be a segulahs, something that's supposed to help you for parnasa. So for livelihood. So my father, who again had never heard of this and is a very knowledgeable man, on his first year in New York, after moving from Chicago, he went into the bakery on Friday, and they said, I'd like a challah, please. And they said to him, do you want it with the schlissel or without the schlissel, with the key or without the key? And he says, what are you talking about? He says, we bake a key in it, it's a segula for parnasa, for livelihood. So my father, they said, do you want it? My father said, well, is there a price difference? So she said at the bakery, with the key is $1 extra. And my father said, I'll take the one without the key, save $1, that'll be my segula for parnasa. Okay? So it all depends on the proper perspective. I'll add one final story to the story, which is a Hasidic story, which I like. Hasidim say, or maybe somebody says, I don't know who says it, that folding your talit very nicely, at least in the first year of marriage or something like that, is a segula. It's a mystical help for shalom bayit, for peace at home. And the Rebbe of Lubavitch was walking, and he saw a chassid was taking a very long time, folding the talit. And he went over to him and said, you can go home and spend time with your wife. That would also be a segula for shalom bayit. Okay, so it all. I don't knock Jewish traditions in general, but maintaining proper perspective is essential.